Hello, third grade. Today is Thursday, and today we're going to start our first novel. The first novel we're going to read is Midnight on the Moon, and this should be in your first envelope of the packet that you got when you came into school this week. Today we're going to read the prologue in Chapter 1. What the prologue means is that's what's going to come before Chapter 1. Our prologue is going to teach us about our Magic Treehouse books. It's going to tell us about our main characters, Jack and Annie, and about their magic treehouse. Go ahead and take out your book. You should be on page number 1 with me. Now, as I read, I'm going to want you to follow along with your pointy finger. So as I'm reading One Summer Day in Frog Creek, Pennsylvania, I want your finger following along with me. The reason we do that is because when you follow along with someone else reading, you actually become a better reader. So please have your book on number 1, then go ahead, pointy finger out, and follow along with me. If you ever lose track of where I am, every once in a while, I'll just tell you, I'll say, hey, I turned to page 2. So then make sure that you're on page 2 and right at the top with me. All right, let's get going. Prologue. One summer day in Frog Creek, Pennsylvania, a mysterious treehouse appeared in the woods. 8-year-old Jack and his 7-year-old sister Annie climbed into the treehouse. The treehouse was filled with books, and it was magic. It could go any place that was in a book. All Jack and Annie had to do was point to a picture and wish to go there. They visited dinosaurs, knights, an Egyptian queen, pirates, ninjas, and the Amazon rainforest. Along the way, they discovered that the treehouse belonged to Morgan Le Fay. Morgan was a magical librarian from the time of King Arthur. She traveled through time and space, gathering books for her library. One day, Jack and Annie found a note that said Morgan was under a spell. Jack and Annie set out in the magic treehouse to find 4 special things that would free her. With the help of a mouse named Peanut, Jack and Annie found the first thing in old Japan, the second in the Amazon rainforest, and the third in the Ice Age. Now, Jack, Annie, and Peanut are ready to find the last thing in Midnight on the Moon. We're on Chapter 1. Starts right on page 3. By moonlight. Jack, whispered a voice. Jack opened his eyes. He saw a figure in the moonlight. Wake up! Get dressed! It was his sister, Annie. Jack turned on his lamp. He rubbed his eyes. Annie was standing beside his bed. She wore jeans and a sweatshirt. Let's go to the treehouse, she said. Turn to page 4. What time is it? Asked Jack. He put on his glasses. Don't look at your clock, said Annie. Jack looked at his clock. Oh, man, he said. It's midnight. It's too dark. No, it isn't. The moon makes it bright enough to see, said Annie. Wait till morning, said Jack. No, now, said Annie. We have to find the 4th M thing. I have a feeling that the full moon might help us. That's nuts, said Jack. I want to sleep. You can sleep when we come back home, said Annie. No time will have passed. Jack sighed. Oh, brother, he said. But he got out of bed. Yay, whispered Annie. Meet you at the back door. She tiptoed out of Jack's room. Jack yawned. He pulled on his jeans and sneakers and a sweatshirt. He put his notebook and pencil into his backpack. Then he crept down the stairs. Annie opened the back door. Quietly, they stepped outside. Wait, said Jack. We need a flashlight. No, we don't. I told you. The moon will light our way, said Annie. And she took off. Jack sighed, then followed her. Annie was right, thought Jack. The moon was so bright that he could see his shadow. Everything seemed washed with silver. Soon they left their street. Annie led the way into the Frog Creek woods. It was much darker under the shadows of the trees. Jack looked up, searching for the treehouse. There, said Annie. The magic treehouse was shining in the moonlight. Annie grabbed the rope ladder and started climbing up. Careful, go slow, said Jack. He followed her up the ladder and into the treehouse. Moonlight streamed through the window. It shone on the letter M that shimmered on the wooden floor. It shone on the 3 M things that rested on the M. A moonstone from the time of the ninjas, a mango from the Amazon rainforest, and a mammoth bone from the Ice Age. We just need one more M thing, said Annie, to free Morgan from her spell. Squeak! I'm at the top of page 7. Peanut, said Annie. In the dim light, Jack saw a tiny mouse. She sat on an open book. You didn't expect to see us this late, did you? Said Annie. She picked up Peanut, and Jack picked up the open book. So, where are we going this time? Annie asked him. Jack held the book up to the moonlight. Uh-oh, he said. I knew we should have brought a flashlight. I can't read a thing. He could make out diagrams and shadowy pictures, but he couldn't read a word. Look at the cover, said Annie. The letters were bigger on the cover. Jack squinted at them. It's called Hello Moon, he said. Turn to page 8. Annie gasped. We're going to the moon? Of course not, said Jack. It's impossible to go to the moon without tons of equipment. Why? There's no air. We couldn't breathe. Not only that, we'd boil to death if it was day and freeze to death if it was night. See, the moon doesn't have an atmosphere. The Earth has an atmosphere that always keeps it at the temperature that we can live at for humans. For the moon, there's no atmosphere. So in the day, when there's sunlight on the moon, it would be way too hot. And when there's no light on the moon, it would be way too cold for humans to live. Yikes, said Annie. So where do you think we're going? Maybe a place where people train to be astronauts, said Jack. That sounds neat, said Annie. Yeah, said Jack. He'd always wanted to meet astronauts and space scientists. So, say the wish, said Annie. Jack opened the book again. He pointed to the picture of a dome-shaped structure. I wish we could go there, he said. The wind started to blow. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster and faster. Then everything was silent. Absolutely silent. As quiet and still as silence could be. That's the end of chapter 1. We'll have to stop there and wait until tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll pick it up on page 11 with chapter 2. Go ahead and stuff these back either in your envelopes or put them in your school supply bin so that they stay safe, and we'll pick it up again tomorrow.